Hindi pa sila natatalo bilang bilang Blacklist International sa Grand Finals. At I think sa lahat ng season na naglalaro sila bilang Blacklist International ay nandun sila. Sa finals palagi.
Yeah. Nag-runner up sila nung Onic form nila nung season.
Dalawang beses.
Season 4 and Season 5.
Oh, back to back.
Season 6 ang nawala. And then pagbalik ng Season 7, revamped, break the code, doon na nagdire-diretso at dumami din ang kanilang mga fans.
Yun yung simula nung kumbaga yun yung spark eh.
Yeah.
Tapos nagtuloy-tuloy na, and now, on the Grand Finals ng Season 11, katapat nila ang Echo. Kumbaga, masasabi natin na hawak ng Echo ngayon yung momentum with that Game 1 win. Na talaga namang masasabi nating, parang ang bilis tinrabaho ng Echo. Parang nahanap nga nila yung solusyon doon sa draft na inilatag sa kanila ng Blacklist. Pero nagkaroon nga ng respeto mula sa dalawang kupunan. Tanggal ang Estes, tanggal ang Lance. Ano kaya ang first pick? Will this be an Arlo?
Diyan yung Fredrin. Instead glue. Kaso open yung Faramis ha.
Ay, oo nga.
So pwedeng kunin agad ng Echo. Fredrin Faramis. Alam natin na napakalakas na combo. At yun na nga, Fredrin ang kukunin ng Echo.
Fredrin.
Faramis.
Ay, Eve. Okay. Eve daw muna. Sabi ni Sanji, ang bilis pumili ng Echo dito. Kasing bilis din naman ng pagpili ng Blacklist International.
Blitz draft eh.
Blitz draft. Parang hindi ka makakapag-restroom nito eh. Usually kapag nagra-rank games ka.
Yep.
Uy, slow pick lang tayo
So Faramis and the Farsa instead ng kanilang typical na Valentina na pinangsasagot dito sa Eve.
Uy!
But that means pwede kang sulit pick dito nung Kadita kung sakali.
Oo. Kahit walang Franco, pwede kang kumuha dito ng crowd control roamer na combo pa rin such as the Kufra. Kasi basta may konting hold lang, hindi naman requirement yung suppress hindi naman kailangan Franco, Kaja talaga.
Tama.
As long as may short hold, pwede yung Kadita.
I think sulit din yata yung Claude kung sakali para sa Echo. Pero knowing din parang yung naging trend nila sa playoffs para sa Echo, iuhuli nila yung Benny Cutie Hero.
Kasi may mga hari,
may mga Minsitar bigla out of nowhere.
Si Benny na lang ang adjust.
Tama.
Ang Bagyo ang mag-a-adjust.
So, pwede yata mo Lapo muna. Yun.
Uy, Lapo, magmumula.
Mainit ka naman, boss.
Ang init mo, Kuya Wolf. Lapo muna mula kay Sanford. Ang pangtapat kay Edward ngayon, ang pangtapat ni Agent Zero ay Glue. You have the Faramis and the Farsa. It seems like ang taas ng burst damage output din ng side ng Blacklist International. Ang dami nilang spam capabilities. Faramis and Farsa, hindi ka agad makakapag-push dito.
Yep. At pwede na rin iban ang probably yung Beatrix. Or actually, hindi naman masyado silang scared doon. Even yung Melissa. So instead na kayo na lang. Smarter na ban dito mula sa Echo. Ubusan nila ng mga potential para sa jungle. Blacklist, tingin ko worthy pa rin iban yung Grok. Kasi meron ka nung Guardian Barrier na pwedeng pang-cancel nga doon sa may Farsa Ultimate. It's a considerable na ban for Blacklist International.
Pwede ka magtanggal ng
Signal, Season 2.
Andyan nga mga OGs.
OGs.
Okay.
Roamer ata Feeling ko lang Roamer, Grok.
Kaya Lolita.
Even yung Atlas nga medyo 50-50 kasi naka-counter naman ng Lolita.
Lolita, Binan.
Kasi may Venus Hero na yung Faramis
Okay.
Instant Beatrix.
Okay. So, what's your Yaoi pick and what's the 2 picks for the side of Blacklist?
So kung Beatrix ang napili at wala ng Claude, ang natitira dito is Melissa, di ba? For the side of Blacklist International. At nandun din, syempre, yung Brody, na maganda yung burst potential. At alam natin, Brody plus the Faramis, malakas yung chance nila mag-run down. At syempre, pwede ka na lang bumalik doon sa Baksha, na alam natin ay pinipili din ng Blacklist International.
King Wise going back to the Baksha. Habang si Golden Boy Owl.
Cho is available, pati yung Croc para sa Echo. Yung Cho kasi may delivery doon sa, may alley-oop na pwede doon sa may Beatrix. So pwede sila
combo
routine.
The Way of the Dragon ba ang ating makikita? Nakita natin, ayan ang M4 skin.
What if mag-Valier?
Maganda, pwede.
Kasi
Oo, ginagamit nila yung sa Faramis.
What if Valier? Kasi pag nag-Atlas ka dito, or pag nag-hard tank ka dito, masishred ka nung carry. Pero they went for the Grok. Kailangan nila yung crowd control, kailangan nila yung pang-cancel dun sa Farsa, kailangan nila bigyan ng espasyo yung Beatrix din. So kumuha sila dito ng Brusco.
Bukod doon sa mga na-mention ni Santi ng pagiging Brusco, parang biglang napaswitch up ng Grok. Any further analysis para sa Grok pick na to, Wolf?
So, una sa lahat, meron siya ng pang-cancel, no? Na low cooldown pang-cancel nung Farsa. At pwede din gamit yung Guardian's Barrier. Tapos pwede ka naman mag-flicker ulti para doon sa mga tipo mga carry yung gusto mong biglain at lalo na yung mga nuke mages. At isa pa dito, merong underrated na value kasi yung Grak. Kapag glue, nung M4 kung tatandaan nyo, ang glue ay napakalakas sa laning stage. At para manalo ka sa laning stage, haharangan mo yung mga minions bilang Grak. So, pwede natin expect na si Mr. Yawi ay kukuha ng Guardian's Barrier as his first skill.
So, ibig mong sabihin, may delaying tactics.
Oh, delay. Para manalo sa lane.
Para manalo sa lane. It's all about the lane. Echo. Mag-e-Echo Express agad sa laning stage pa lang. Mukhang naka-ready naman.
Ay, ayun na nga, oh.
Ang blacklist dito, ayun na.
Nagdelay nga si, si Yawi.
Let's check the Grak out. Pero mukhang hindi pa natin makikita. May onting yan. There you go. May delay na ginagawa si Yawi. Pero sabi ng blacklist, girahin natin kagad yung baba. Edward and Yue.
Grabe yung cut na ginawa nila dito.
Super cut.
Grabe rin yung ginagawa ni Yawi. Super delay din. Kung may super cut ang Blacklist International, may super delay ang na ginagawa ang Echo. Fini-freeze niya lang doon sa base ni Yawi. Isipin mo, ang tagal niya nang nakatambay dyan.
Oo, umuwi pa yan para lang magpamana.
Uy!
So, ano Yawi?
Kinakat niya pa rin?
Super cut.
Ayun, uy, grabe, kinakat niya pa rin.
Uuwi ulit.
Uuwi pa yan para may mana. Pero magiging agresibo this time ang Blacklist International. May hila sila mula kay The Queen. Plus may pokes coming out from Yue. So malamang alam to ng Blacklist. Grabe yung
Super
time.
delay.
Super delay, boss.
Yung mga ganitong mga pandi-delay, talagang alam mong ilang beses pinractice eh. Kasi may timers na yung minions paglalabas ng ganyan eh. Dapat alam mo talagang sakto yung bitaw. And ang ginagawa ni Yawi dito, tinutulungan niya yung all three lanes na makontrol yung lane nila. Na kumbaga, kailangan umextend ng konti ng Blacklist para lang makukuha yung resources na kailangan nila.
Kasi noticeable na yung Blacklist na naturally, mahiro sila maganda doon sa mga matchup. For example, yung Glue, mananalo yan doon sa Lapu-Lapu. Tapos, etong si Kari, kapag sinamahan ni Faramis, mananalo din. And that's also true with Farsa. So, yun yung naging solution ng Echo. I-delay yung minions para mas malapit sa torre nila.
Sa para makakuha sila ng farm.
Grabe, si Yawi hindi talaga titigil.
Hindi tumitigil.
Ano sabi niya? Parang doon naman ako sa baba. Parang kanina pa yung mid eh.
Okay, may laban tayo magaganap. Finally, Blacklist. They will get the first blood mula kay King Wise.
Kuha ng kill onto Sanford. And mukhang magkakaroon nga talaga ng lead ang Blacklist. Edward naman dito, mapapasplit-split. Gusto niyang palayuin si Carl Tizzy, pero tila ba mapapalayo yung Turtle dahil ito ay marireset. Pero Feather Dare Strike ay tatama. Nabanggarit siya bigla. And Carl Tizzy is down. Pero habol man si Sanford dito. Kaso nga lang may altar si The Queen para isave ang kanyang mga teammates. Edward naman, crucial split. Pero ang tanong, mabubuhay pa ba siya? Dahil kay Blan na lang yung buhay niya. Pero habulin siya ni Sanji. Hindi ata siya bibitawan si Edward. Magpapakamatay. Kukuha dapat siya. Hoping na ma-execute na lang.
Oh, man. Kamuntikan pang mabuhay si Agent Zero doon sa situation na yon. Pero ang nangyari na nakikita natin, tumatapat ang Blacklist International sa pagiging agresibo ng Echo. Sila naman ngayon ang sumasapak.
Doon sa pagde-delay na nakita natin mula kay Yawi, eventually nakakuha pa rin siya ng kanyang level 4. Pero ang naging problema, mas nagkaroon ng control dito sa Turtle. Wise almost level 6, so kailangan na kunin ito ng Echo.
Grabe yung ginagawang control ng Echo ngayon. Pero leading ang Blacklist, so kailangan mag-ingat ng mga Orca. Kasi anytime, pwedeng pumasok dito si Wise at Trumetry lang bigla. Pero makukuha naman ni Carl Tizzy yung pagong. Hahabol nga lang yung Blacklist International. Pero Yawi itong goal palabas. Hatak naman dito mula kay Edward. Carl Tizzy magiging target nila at King Wise secures the kill. Sanford naman dito papalagpa. Mahuhuli niya naman dito si Yue. At aabutan nga talaga mula doon sa kamay ni Sanford.
Para bang nanggigigil si Yawi dito kay na King Wise. Volado, Wise. Magiging gulong. One hit na lang para kay Wise. Nirikulan pa nga. Wise is down. Sanford is down. 4-4 ang nangyayari. At nakuha ng Echo ang hinihiling nila sa Blacklist. Labanan nyo kami.
Grabe yung level gap ng Gold
Oo
Laners.
nga, hindi na nakagulat din. Siyempre, naiwan din siya eventually. Tapos, ang hirap kasi umangat doon kung sakali na laging nga na-delay yung mga minions. At alam natin na naturally ay lalamang ang isang Beatrix. Kung sakaling mag-rely ka dun sa sniper tsaka dun sa jabomba, sa grenade launcher.
Tapos may pande-delay pa si Yawi.
Exactly.
Grabe.
Pero ayaw atang tigilan din ni Wise, Venus at ni Yue si Carl Tizzy.
Si Benny.
Para bang gigil na si King Wise nyo. There's the stun.
Gusto nilang huliin si Benny pero nakakaramdam na maaaring ang on the way na yung mga agent sa paghabol sa kanya. Na-cancel pa yung recall dito ni Wise. Nais niya lang naman sanang umuwi. Pero ngayon, magkaan yung gulong na lang para umikot muli. Echo, nakikita natin yung advantage nila pagdating dun sa teamfight dahil doon sa control ni Sanji with the real-world manipulation. Pero it's all about the timings eh. Pag na-save ni Oh My Venus ng altar, yung teammates niya, maaaring mabaliktad. So, very crucial yung usage ng skills.
Easy playing dun sa jungle.
Whoa, okay.
Nakuha niya.
Okay, Carl TZ, sneaky steal. Mula kay One True King Wise. Medyo madedelay lang muna ang Blacklist International. 5 minutes in this game. Hindi ganon kataas ang kalamangan ng bawat isa. Parehas namang. Pero tama si Santi dito. Paunahan at paubusan ng skills. Okay.
Ginagawa lang nila dito ay naghahanap lang talaga ng butas. Feathered airstrike out of range ng members ng Echo. May conceal play naman na gagawin. Anytime pwede tumunggol. Alam nga yung follow-up ni Benny Cutie. Oh, my Venus naman makakasurvive. Mabibitawan niya pa yung altar. Kaso nga lang yung turtle pag-aagawan nila. Kaso nga makukuha to ni Carl TZ. Nakatutok naman si Benny Cutie pero hindi ito tatama. Echo secures the turtle plus a kill onto Wise.
Spear from out of nowhere mula sa Yawi's food hub. Sabi ni Yawi, nakapag-pick off ang Echo para bang nagulat si Wise doon.
Dineliver nga naman ni Yawi gamit yung kanyang flicker ultimate pati dun sa wild charge na kumonekta. Pero isa sa mga nakakatuwang play doon, hinarangan ni Yawi doon sila, yung Blacklist International at walang gulong si Wise. Kaya naman, kahit kasama pa si Cartesi doon sa kabilang bakod, makakapag-dash pa siya papunta at nakuha nga niya yung pagkuha doon sa turtle. Kaya naman, ito bigla, nakalamang ang Echo ng 2.3K.
Oh my, minamama na nila Wolf Santi. Minamama nila ngayon ang Blacklist. Reminds you of Yawi's rookie season nung season 6 na kung saan inaarapan niya lahat. Minsan inistikera niya pa, tinitipihan niya pa nung next play days niya nung pagpasok niya ng rookie. Kailangan maging wari ang Blacklist International dito. Dama mo na si Wise ang nag-i-initiate para sa side ng Blacklist.
Siya talaga magsisilbing frontliner dito sa lineup nila. Dahil ang ginagawa dito ni Edward madalas ay lumilikod para nga abutin din yung squishy heroes ng Echo such as Sanji and Benny Cutie. Parang guguluhin niya lang, kumbaga, itong formation ng Echo. Pero yung Echo kasi, parang wapakils kahit guluhin yung formation kasi hanap lang sila ng hanap ng gulo.
At saka may vision din na binibigay itong Grak na to. Ang ganda ng nasabi ni Wolf kanina about delaying.
Aroy!
Uy! Ginawa niya rin yun nung M4. Dito, same spot yun eh.
Okay.
Di pa ata sila tapos. Napilita mag-conceal si Oh My Venus. Pero aabot ang mga bala. Kitang-kita mo yung confidence ng mga orca na talaga bang naghahanap lagi sila ng pwedeng hulihin. Wise secures his purple buff. Pero sabi ni Carl, kung ayaw mo Wise, si Edward na lang. Pero pipilitin pa rin talaga nila yung pagbibigay ng pressure at sila ata makapag-control ng turtle pit.
Biruin mo may tore pa yan sa bandang gitna na second tower ha. Kung kaya nilang umabot sa bandang third tower, pwede pa. Pero sabi ni Wise, kami naman!
Kami naman ang maghahanap ng gulo. Sakto lang din yung pagkabitaw dito ng altar. Kaso nga lang si Sanford ang uubos sa buhay nila. The Queen is down. I repeat, the Queen is down. And with that, Echo, maaari nila makuha yung libreng pagong. Pero sabi ng ibang mga members, sabi ni Carl TZ, men, akin na to. Maghanap na naman kayo ng dugo.
Chumilax na lang si Carlito dito sa pagong. Pinahinga niya muna yung kanyang injury. Sanji with a pick-off also.
Let him cook!
Let him cook! Echo now leads 5.3K.
Kakaiba ang pinapakita aggression ngayon ng Echo. Wise, gugulong.
Okay, merong setup na gagawin ng Blacklist International dito at finally King Wise.
Benny!
Pero may bawi si Sanford. Akala natin ayun na.
Ito na ata sana yung opening ng Blacklist pero nakaganti pa yung mga orca. At si Carl TZ hindi pa siya tapos. There goes the taunt. May follow-up damage and Wise. Mukhang mabubutas ang gulong dahil nakaabot na naman sobrang kate ng mga balang daladala ng bagyo na tila ba hindi makahanap ng anggulo yung Blacklist International.
Nagsimula kay Sanji yung aggression na napitas niya doon si Aul gamit yung kanyang ultimate. And then, yung Blacklist, tinry nilang pumalagulit. Maganda naman yung kanilang initiation. Nakahuli na dalawa. At syempre may damage doon si Yue. Pero yung in-out na nakita natin mula doon sa Echo, pumabor pa sa kanila. Biglang doon si Benny on this bush. Doon sa may Infinix bush na yun. Sa may kaliwa. Tapos, tumalon bigla si Cartesi. It's time naman daw. Hindi siya yung kasama doon sa unang teamfight. Pero sakto yung timing niya.
Yeah. 5-12. It's Echo's game now for the taking. 6.5K. Na-mention natin kanina na yung hero ni Yue, yung hero ni Oh My Venus ay kayang mag-spam. Ilang beses nang napunta sa ganitong situation ang defending MPL champions. Pero iba din yung paggagangster ni Howie.
Talagang siya yung nagbibigay
Alam
ng
na niya.
info.
Nang-i-info.
Oh, tapos yung sticker, parehas naman silang world champions eh.
Nagmamind games.
Oh, may sticker lang. Yawis Pudab, Yawis Pudab.
Yawis Buda, pinopromote sa harap ng Blacklist International. Look
Ayan.
at this, Yawi! Malamang nanonood ang tunay na gangster na si Tets at nakikita niya ang galawan niya nung nakaraan. Ginagangster ngayon ang Blacklist to the point na may libreng Lord ang Echo.
Ganyan na ganyan din ako dati. Ganun.
Ganyan na ganyan din eh.
Naaalala ko nung mga unang araw natin dito sa playoffs, I think maraming beses ko rin naman nakas mga Blacklist games at masasabi kong isang bagay na na-figure out ng Blacklist yung kakaibang rotation kung saan mapumunta agad sila doon sa may XP lane para makakuha ng early levels to sa kanilang mid lane. At actually, ginawa nila in the past 2 games. Yung Echo, may kakaiba silang way para sagutin yun. And we mentioned na kailangan sagutin yun ng mga teams if they want to be Blacklist International. Echo, ang ginawa nila, super-duper delay mula kay Yawi.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, sinarado niya muna, hindi muna opening.
Yeah.
Yung Yawi Sudab.
Yawis Budab.
Finals muna.
Finals muna. Can Blacklist International come back from this deficit? They're trying their best to
Meron
get
silang way
one.
clear.
But Sanji,
Nilatag yung real world manipulation pero andun na nga yung record ng goal ni Yawi. Kaso nga lang hindi siya umuntog.
Sobrang.
Immortality pop pero may altar naman si The Queen para nga i-punish yung overextension na ginawa ng Echo pero mabasag sila ng mga torre. 2 inhibitor turrets ang na-push ng Echo at hahabol naman Sanford dito.
Oh!
Bravest fighter! Hahabulin niya si Owl at abot yung huling gamba para nga makuha siya. Kaso nga lang buhay niya rin ang naging kapalit. May hatak naman dito with a grab. Benny Cutie naman with a spray gun. Aabutan nga ba nila?
Grabe si Sanji.
Pero
Walang
Edward
tigilan.
naman dito. Si Sanji backlight pa rin ang
Aray,
hinahabol at sobrang lagkit. Hindi makagalaw ng maayos si Edward sa ginagawa ng kabila.
Oh!
Kukuha pa sila ng kill. Mukhang enough ito para sa mga orca para tapusin na nila yung laro. Game 2 ay mapupunta sa Echo.
the riskiest team in the league. Risking it all para sa game na to. Yung last 2 moments na kung saan nag-sacrifice si Yawi at si Sanji. Surprising Blacklist International. Echo with the victory.
2 minuto ang ginugol ni Mr. Yawi para pigilan yung mga lanes. Nagmukhang kakaiba. Pero pagdating nung turtle fight, bigla siyang level 4 dahil na-clear pa rin niya yung minions dun sa may mid lane at biglang lumamang din yung gold lane. May mga hidden jutsu ang side ng Echo dito sa laban na to na nanggulat talaga sa Blacklist. Pero isang bagay na hindi natin matatanggi, nagluto talaga si Chef Sanji.
Let him cook. Low-key. Low-key na nakakagawa ng mga special plays. Pero kung iisipin mo, halos lahat ng Echo, meron silang sariling highlight.
Meron.
Meron silang sariling highlight eh. Kumbaga, kung sa basketball, meron kang tinatawag na the X factor na kung saan kayang gumawa ng mga clutch plays. Nakita natin yon kay Sanford doon
Yep.
sa mga biglaan niyang Bravest Fighter flicker plays. Even Sanji, lalong-lalo na kay Yawi,
Yep.
parang si Carl, chillers na lang eh. Usually sa kanya natin nakikita yun, pero siya, okay, chillers na lang ako guys, injured ako saglit.
Nagpakita naman siya ng game 1.
Nagpakita naman siya ng game
Okay na yun.
Okay na yun. Iba naman ngayon. And tingin ko, yung term na hinanap ko rin dito is yung superstar trigger nga. Which this time, nakita natin mula kay Sanford na nabigat siya nung unang nagkaroon ng clash or ng skirmish between 2 teams. But eventually, afterwards, nung first turtle, nung pangalawang laban sa first turtle, nakita natin si Sanford na tama yung mga jump. And kahit nakita nung huling clash na tumalon siya dun sa may base, the fact na napatumban niya dun si Owl, main damage dealer gun, ginamit niya agad yung strength ng isang lapu-lapu na kaya mang one-shot ng mga marksman.
Tila ba pumasok ang Echo sa Grand Finals na maganda ang gising. Lahat ng mga attempts nila napupull off talaga. Nakakatakot yung ganitong form ng Echo kasi tuloy-tuloy nga ang Echo Express.
Yeah. Sobrang confident na mga movements nila. Can Blacklist International come back from this? Tanungin natin ang ating mga analysts, Mirko and Midnight.
Seems like Echo is finding the groove and finding their momentum against Blacklist International as they secured a 2-0 lead versus Blacklist. Mirko, this is quite familiar for you. You know, this is the rematch between Blacklist and Echo in M4, which is sad because you don't have your team there represented in your country.
Hey, man, okay, stop right there. It's fine, it's fine. But you're right, it is very, very deja vu-ish,
Yeah.
right? 2-0 start for Echo right now. Sanford and Lapu to add salt to the wound as well. So it really seems like, again, they have Blacklist's number right now. What does Blacklist need to do to come back at it?
You know, the thing is, Blacklist, they had a draft down, right? This is the typical Ube composition and strategy that we're used to seeing. But it felt like Echo, they know the limits of the composition. Like, they started slow. You mentioned this earlier when we were discussing behind the camera. They start slow. And the thing is, they don't want to give any form of momentum towards Blacklist International. And when they were able to get their resource up, get the levels on Benecuti, they ramped up. And I feel like it has something to do with the gameplay of Yawi on the Grok. He closed down business. He literally closed down Yawi's food hub against Blacklist International and did not give any form of free farm towards the gold laner.
Definitely no farm at all. So much space given as well because of just the little mechanics that he's able to pull off. Amazing walls throughout. A lot of people, take advantage of the wild charge, the power of nature, but that barrier for Yawi, it's another CC/zoning ability that he utilizes so well in these team fights. I think a couple of times Blacklist International were completely zoned out from the Lord Pit actually because of a well-placed wall. We've seen this throughout the regular season, and we also mentioned it earlier when it was the last pick for Echo. We were thinking, maybe they need some more AoE CC, something like an Atlas, but hey, that can be purified. The Grok, a bit too instant to be purified.
Yeah, even if you purify, the position is there for Echo. And I love the start that Echo managed to pull off. Again, with the minion thing that Yawi did, it felt like he found the ingredient against Ubi's strategy. You don't fight Blacklist, you fight the minions. You control the resources that Blacklist gets. And even if Blacklist gets to the turtle first, you try to contest it as much as you can. Because the thing about Echo's lineup is that their scaling, it's linear. They're still strong at mid-game. Even if we give up some kills in the start, as long as Blacklist does not get a turtle for free, they're going to be able to get that power spike even much faster compared to what Blacklist is supposed to do. Like, say you can imagine Blacklist ramping up towards the late game, but you also have to go towards where Echo is really strong in the mid game. So it's kind of like trading the idea of resources that Wise is used to doing. Echo took that personally and made a macro decision. Hey, let's not be passive here. Let's try to fight against Blacklist International so that we stop any form of momentum that we can get. And when they were able to get the resources up on Benecuti, that's where things start to go out of control for Blacklist International. Every lane was visited by the Orcas.
Why that can happen is honestly, again, from the mid-control that Echo will not let go. Blacklist International, they came up with a few new adjustments here in game number 2 with the draft coming in. They already picked up a Farsa, a lot of mid-control with the Faramis into the roam, and even the Baxia. So they have a lot of mobility that they didn't have in game number 1. But Echo, they're always a step ahead, right? They pick up the Yi, but they go for another dynamic here with Grok in the mid lane. Again, easily clearing out waves, and obviously that barrier can stop the mid waves from coming down, and it automatically just builds up to Echo's push in the end. For Blacklist International as well, you can really see here from the teamfight participation, it feels like Owl is a bit too passive this game. We mentioned that maybe it's because of the matchups that we've given him so many times, but I think for the sake of it, right? Sanford is your MVP for game number 2.
Relive the moment where Sanford brought chaos to Indonesia. Now he's bringing chaos towards Blacklist International. Again, you mentioned the presence of the Lapu-Lapu. That final kill onto the carry, albeit some might say it's a little bit unnecessary, but it adds the style points for Echo. And you know what? That's what Echo is known for. The style of the kills that they make, the ability to find kills where nobody could find it. And Sanford seems to have this constant ability to make kills happen for the squad. And it feels like the shutdown came from this man alone. Like, we saw a team fight in the mid lane where Blacklist International grouped up. They were able to take one kill on Echo. But Sanford was like, hey, I remember this moment. I'm always at this moment. I see 4 heroes, I jump. I take 2 heroes, and suddenly it's the end of the game.
As someone once said, right, he knows exactly what to do. And in that particular situation, he did as well. I think it's completely necessary, honestly. Looking at it, getting the carry down in a high ground defense, but all throughout the game, you could see the adjustments made by Blacklist International. This wasn't the same game, though it was the same outcome. Blacklist International made a few of the right adjustments, but it's a bit too steady and it's a bit too slow.
Yep.
They got the early game, but in the mid game, they still were actually just brought into that chaos that Echo constantly pushes onto you.
They did a fantastic job on holding Echo before they get to that point where momentum is just on their side. Yue was doing a fantastic job on the far side, but again, as I mentioned, it feels like there is a certain aspect or department on the side of Blacklist that is severely lacking. It is the presence of the gold laner. Maybe it's because of the matchup between the Beatrix and the carry. That's why I feel like Echo is prioritizing these aggressive gold laners like the Harriets, the Lunox, even the Mincitors, because they figured out that late game, yes, it's a it's a thing that you need to contest, the carry and Claude matchup, but Echo synergizes with this hero pretty well. Like the Beatrix, again, we discussed it earlier when Benecutie was able to get his items by minute 8. Echo was everywhere. They were all over the map, and Blacklist International, they were trying to find more resources, more farm for Owl, but it did not happen because Echo was always in the face of the carry. Sanford, personally, was always in front of Owl.
We gotta give massive props to Coach Tic Tac, man, because we keep on bringing up the drafts, the winning lanes, and it's all set up by Coach Tic Tac, right? You could see, again, just how it ultimately works in the end, coming together in a very chaotic mess. Even in the last team fight, it was chaotic.
Yeah, this is game number 2 for Echo, a victory for the Orcas. Now, I've learned this on Twitter, so let us ramp up the energy of the agents. Blacklist! There you go. One more.